Hello everyone, my name is Havian, and today I want to be sharing some more information about Hollow Realization with you. I know some of you have been thirsty, some of you have been waiting for that Hollow Realization juice, but I got some info. Actually, this is info I don't think we've actually seen yet. Dengeki done a breakdown of the different button commands that you actually be using inside of the game, so I thought I'd actually go over them and share them with you. Alright, so first things first, let's just get straight into it. In a previous video I did guess a few things correctly in terms of what I'm going to share now, but this actually goes into a lot more detail, so I'll actually go over everything. So if you push R1 you will actually dash, and if you're holding the controller, if you're pushing the left stick in any direction, you will dash into that direction. Usually you would have the dash button on X when you are playing a Hollow Fragment, but now that they've changed things and they've changed a few of the buttons around, the X is going to be for jump now, so dash is going to be R1. If you push R2 you're going to take your weapon out and put your weapon away. And now to the good stuff, square is going to be for your normal attacks, which is something I already mentioned before because it does have the icon for it, but square is going to be for your normal attacks. The combat system in this game, from the looks of it or from what they've explained, it's going to be similar to, I don't even know if there's any other games that are exactly the same as it. I guess you could kind of say it's similar to the way Tales of Graces do things. Similar, not the same. But Tales of Graces, Tales of Hysteria, those kind of games where you're going to have to do analog stick inputs and then push a button to actually do a move. So you're going to be doing button commands to do some of your sword skills. Now I'll explain that in a bit. But if you're not pushing the analog stick in and you push square, you will actually do a normal attack. If you hit square 3 times, you'll do your basic chain of attacks. If you're holding the analog stick down, then you'll do up to 5 attacks. So you do 3 attacks if you're standing still, or if you're not pushing any buttons in, or if you're not pushing the left stick any direction, but you'll do up to 5 different attacks if you are actually pushing the analog stick in a direction. From what it looks like, at the end of a combo, there is going to be a delay in your attack, and that's when that blue star appears on your character. And that blue star usually lets you lead into a sword skill. If you don't actually use a sword skill, that delay does stay there. If you do use a sword skill, then it cuts the delay out and it leads straight into a sword skill. If you just try to spam your attack button, there's always going to be a delay at the end of it. You're probably going to be able to dash out of the delay, maybe, but you will need to actually push a sword skill, or you're actually going to have to eat that delay, the animation delay. And you can use those basic attacks in mid-air as well. So if you jump and then push your attack buttons, you'll get your 3-hit combo. But if you push the analog stick in a direction, the 3rd hit of the combo will be one of the downward slashes. I was trying to figure out how they were actually doing that in some of the other videos. I was assuming that it would be the sword skill button, but it wasn't the sword skill button. You just have to push the analog stick in a direction and it will actually do a downward slash. Now triangle is going to be using your sword skills, but this is going to be where the combat system is kinda similar to the Tales games. From what it seems like your sword skills are going to cost 50 SP to use. And it does seem like your sword skills are going to be assignable. In this demo that the guys at Dengeki were actually playing, triangle was set to horizontal square. But if you are pushing the left stick in a direction and then you push triangle, you do vorpal strike instead. So pushing triangle is going to do horizontal square, pushing in a direction and pushing triangle is going to do vorpal strike. If you double tap the left stick in a direction then push triangle, you do slant. And if you do a circular motion on the left analog stick and then push triangle, you do snake bite, which is an AoE attack. I don't know if all of those attacks are going to be rebindable. You will be able to access other sword skills from the palette, but it would be nice if there's some sort of way we can slot skills into our directional inputs, because they haven't actually shown us any of the menus yet, so we don't actually know what the menu system's like and what we can and can't do. But I'm assuming that we may be able to change some of those skills, but maybe there's going to be some skills, there's going to be certain skills that you'll only be allowed to put in certain slots, if that kind of makes sense. So with the skill that you'll need to do a circular motion, I'm guessing it's going to be all AoE skills that are going to go into that slot. Guess it. It would make sense if it was like that, but I'm hoping they actually let you reassign the skills. At the very least, I would assume that horizontal square will be one that you could switch, just the one that's assigned the triangle. But that's just how the skills are going to be at the moment. And I guess that means it's going to be different sword skills for different situations. But all of these sword skills can be used in mid-air as well. So you can do your combo, you can jump into the air, do another combo mid-air, then you can lead into a sword skill. And I have already mentioned it in another video, but circle is going to be for parry. It's going to be similar to the parry that you had in Hollow Fragment, where you'll put your guard up, and if an enemy hits you while your guard is up, you can actually counter them. And the enemy, I would assume, would be stunned for a few seconds. But that's not all circle is going to be used for. If you touch the right hand side of the touchpad on the PS4 controller, for the Vita it may be the right hand side of the touch screen, maybe. But when you do that, you will actually open up your sub palette. And while you're in the sub palette, circle is going to be the button you'll use to select your skills. That may be a Japan only thing, because this is a Japanese website I'm actually referencing this from. In the West it could be X that does the selection, but I'll just assume it's going to be circle as well. But the palette can actually have your sword skills, it can have buffs, and it can have items on there as well. And that palette can have up to 6 rows on there, with 10 slots in each row. So you can have up to 60 assigned skills, which is a bit over the top. I don't know if they're going to let you control other characters and customize their palettes, and I don't know if they're going to let you use other weapon types. I would like it if your palette was set to each weapon you had. It was kind of like that in Hollow Fragment, where when you switched the weapon, it cleared your palette. I'm hoping it's the same in this as well. I'd rather each individual weapon type had their own palette you could actually customize. But that's pretty much it in terms of the button commands. But it did show a little bit of extra gameplay about the boss. We have seen the boss already. The huge attacks actually do have telegraphing. I think I did actually mention that, where one of the boars will have like a red star when it's actually doing a heavy hitting move. But you can actually see that the boss is actually doing that, and that attack can stun lock. I hated that in Hollow Fragment, but you do get a warning, so if you do get hit by it, then that's pretty much your own fault. But it does look like you can get stun locked, and it looks deadly, or at least that move in particular looks deadly, because it kills Elizabeth. But it does look like that move and a few other moves that this boss has can knock you down to the ground. And when you are down on the ground, it does seem like you're going to be left vulnerable for a while. There's one scene where Kirito drops to the ground, but he's on his knee, and there's another one where he's on his back. So there does seem to be some different states of knockdown. I think one's probably been stunned, and one's been actually knocked to the ground. And from the looks of it, resurrecting your teammates doesn't actually consume HP, which is something that actually happened in Hollow Fragment. So that's nice. You can pick people up off the ground without having to worry about that. And when people die in single player mode, you don't have to worry about the game ending like it did in Hollow Fragment as well. So I guess that's one less thing to worry about. But so far the game's looking good. I think from the last I heard of it, or the last interview I read about the game, they said they were roughly around 20 to 30% complete with the game now. So they are moving forwards. It's going. They're getting there. Hopefully some more information will come out soon, because there is a event happening at the moment. I know Hollow Realization is going to be at that event. I think it was the Taipei game show. But there is an event actually happening right now, so hopefully more information will pop up over the next few days. But if you do want to stay up to date with Hollow Realization information, or any other game information, I suggest you subscribe. Share this video with your friends, drop it a like. I will be making some more videos soon, or whenever more information actually pops up about this game. But until I make my next video, I'll see you all later.